Damn. I just walked in here literally 10 seconds ago. I got a speech, man. I've never written a speech in my life, and yesterday I said, I should write a speech. I said, dear God, I just want to say thank you. Nothing is possible without you. Your love and will preserves me through it all. I want to also thank my mother, who as of today has retired from her job after 30 years. Working in the medical field as a registered nurse in the psych ward. She worked 3 to 4 jobs just to provide for me and my four siblings as an immigrant in this country. Thank you, Mom. Sorry, I know I don't got too much time. I'm gonna read this whole speech though. I also want to thank Jared Carter, Abbas Patti, Tina Davis, Ghazi, Nima, Nate Stevenson, and the entire Empire team for believing in me. Thank you so much, brother. And everybody else, Sean Cook, Devin Sastry, Josh Klein, and TKG, my lawyer, Bob Celeste, and everybody that's a part of this, Harvey Mason, thank you so much. I have the greatest team in the world. Thank you so much. And again, the last thing I want to say, immigrants built this country, literally. So this is for them, for all children of immigrants. This is also for those who came to this country in search of better opportunity to be a part of a nation that promised freedom for all and equal opportunity to everyone willing to work for it. Thank you for bringing your culture, your music, your stories, and your traditions here. You give America color. I love y'all so much. Thank you.
So this took place at the Grammys, right? So some of the stuff that he said kind of created an uproar. Without me saying too much, what are your thoughts on the speech first? And you guys could chime in the comment sections if you guys agree with his speech or didn't agree with his speech. I'm gonna go with P first.
I thought his speech was okay. I mean, I know because a couple of things popped up, and a couple of Black Americans were a little upset because they felt like he was trying to lump everything in, you know, excluding Black Americans that built this country during slavery and stuff like that, where all the other cultures came after, you know what I'm saying? So when you look at it like that, from that lens, he is correct. But I think in speeches, people get overwhelmed sometimes with certain things they say. They may misspeak and not really thinking about it in the moment, you know, say things that they don't really mean. But I didn't think it was that serious.
Okay. How about you, Brandon? What do you think?
I don't think he said anything wrong. You know, even though he was nervous, this is a melting pot that we all work together to build this country. You know, Blacks did a lot. The Chinese helped to build the railroad. Like we all contributed to this country in one way, shape, or form. So I didn't see anything wrong with it. And I don't know why people got to make it about them.
All right. So I'm gonna pull up this one right here. Right? Is this statement true or false? These freedoms are promised to Americans and not immigrants.
But immigrants become Americans. Those people on the Mayflower that came here, everybody was an immigrant and they became an American.
I'm gonna push back. I agree with him, right?
Okay, go ahead.
The reason why I agree with him is for the premise that once you come, you go through the channels, you become a citizen, right? So there's a point you leave from an immigrant and you transition into a green card holder, then a citizen, right? You're making steps towards the American dream, right? So this is why I agree with him, because you got to take the steps to become a citizen. If you don't come here, if you come here and you live and you don't make that contribution to be part of the society where you come, you take, and you leave, you know what I'm saying? That's what most people think. So that's why I agree. And that's kind of my position. I could be wrong. I'm not fully speaking for him, but I agree. You know what I'm trying to say? Push back. Any response to that?
I mean, look, that's why ICE is an issue now. People don't want to leave. So everybody making their contribution to the country.
Not necessarily. I'm going to push back.
Not the criminals, obviously.
Right.
Well, what he says was built this country. So you got to think about
freedom. These freedoms are promised to American, not immigrants. these freedoms are promised to Americans and not immigrants, and that is true.
Right. But all immigrants eventually transition and become citizens.
Which could be true too. But you don't have that status as an immigrant anymore. You become naturalized.
Right.
So, and this is the wordplay that we were talking about. So, guys, there's this narrative, right? I could be wrong. I could be right. I don't know, right? I'm basing it on Winston Phillips logic, right? The wordplay of immigrants or undocumented and all of that. They did all of that to blend in with naturalized, well, not green card holders, right? If I could call you an immigrant, undocumented, all of those things, I could bulk you in with that same category. That was kind of my position, because once they could rewrite it to state thing, I don't want to rehash everything, but I think that's what they're doing. So it wasn't promised to them, because once you're a green card holder, you don't get certain benefits as a U.S. citizen, and once you're an immigrant, you can't get all the benefits of America. What's been happening for the last couple of years is like this, and I'll go into that next statement after, is once you get here, you gotta blend in, become, work towards it. You know what I'm saying? So I know a lot of people that come here and they never even get their citizenship or their green card, and they just grow old, and when they're done, they leave, they go home. That's why I feel that way. Any comments to that?
Get it? I get it. I mean, I guess it's like you said, it's about your intent. At the end of the day, are you intending on becoming a citizen? I still feel like even if you become an American, you're still an immigrant. You came from somewhere before you got here, and it's okay to hold on to that tag, in my opinion, because you shouldn't forget where you came from.
I agree. So let me clarify this. So I don't want you guys to feel that I'm against migrating or becoming a citizen going through the right path. You know what I'm saying? I'm for immigration. I'm for people coming to America, living here, having opportunity. I want them to live the American dream, but you got to do it the right way. You know what I'm saying?
So he's correct in his speech when he say immigrant.
Say that again?
Because he basically, when we spin back on the video, he said immigrants built this country.
But I think he neglected the Black African Americans that was here first.
Right. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think that his statement was past that part of time?
I agree.
Into maybe the last 10 to 15 years, 20, because we don't know where his headspace in, what timeline he's in.
Exactly. It wasn't clear.
Time.
It wasn't clear.
You're right. It wasn't. So a lot of Black Americans felt like they were a part of building structure in this country, and immigrants like from different islands came in much later and helped grow what was already here.
But what if they all family? When they came across, it was like, hey, they dropped P in America, they dropped me in Trinidad, and they dropped
if you understand the way the slave trade works, I mean, we got dropped off in Trinidad and Tobago. Brandon got dropped off in Virginia.
Yeah,
all on the same boat,
pretty much.
You know what I mean, so that's one of the things a lot of people don't know, how much we've been so mixed up.
But I do agree to. So let me put it like this. I agree. Yes, slave and immigrants did help build this country, because there was a lot of people that came in through Ellis Islands and other places that came in and did some of the hard work. So I'm not going to sit here.
Free labor. It's about the free labor. That's what it basically come down to. The free labor. No other nationality gave up their blood and their life to build this country without ever getting any reparations for it. That's what it's really about.
What do you mean reparations?
Because Black Americans in this country still haven't got reparations for slavery.
So we're going to push to this topic. Brandon, do you think the Black African Americans are ever going to get reparations?
I don't think we will ever get it, because everybody's going to muddy the waters. Well, okay, does your family, how do you trace your lineage back to slavery and it's always going to be complicated. It's always going to be, why do they deserve it? So it's never going to happen.
It could happen under this administration if you push it right. I'm telling you, man.
The orange man.
You got to get him to make you feel like he made the decision. You know what I mean? You can't go up to him and just see. He said Trump would think us back to slavery. Yeah, that's what they want.
But that still goes back. I don't think so. I'm gonna push back, man.
No, I don't think so. I'm just joking.
We don't think
when
so
they
because
say
the reality,
America great again, you got to really think, when was America great for them? When we ain't had no rights. We ain't had no rights to talk, and freedom of speech didn't apply to us.
When we were 3/5 of a person.
right? So, and that's the side of the thing. You see, hey, and I understand what y'all saying, right? But like, as far as Trump going back, I don't think so, because I think what's going on, people, and that's one of the things. You see, we did the same thing the young lady did in the video. We're talking about Trump. You remember the young lady came and like, 400 years of slavery with the creepy voice, the fourth person that I played. We did the same exact thing. So it's like, when you go, it's like, you get my point?
I mean, we're speaking facts. You know,
True.
we're not comparing nothing. We just speaking facts.
All right. So that's the difference, though. That's the difference.
Mm-hmm.
But guys, we're not afraid to talk about anything. If it comes up, we talking about it. So don't feel that, don't get offended, whatever, but we got thick skin. We talk about it. That's why it's called Late Night Line. We talk about any subject matter, we're not experts at all of them, we just share our 2 senses and we roll with that. If you got a strong position, you feel you got to share your thoughts, the link up at the top, come say it.
Come on. We
definitely go back and forth. But
hey, King Ray, they didn't forget about the seller.
The what?
The seller. He's talking about they brought the slaves and moved them to various countries for their interests, but don't forget about the seller. The seller is basically some of these corporate companies on Wall Street, like Citibank and they became big corporations.
It's true. We in Connecticut. We know exactly. But
yeah,
but you ain't gonna always go all the way back to come back forward. But the reality, it's true. It is true. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna overlook the
I mean, there was a lot of participants, including our own people, involved. So